Hello, everybody. Welcome. It's Wednesday. That's right. Dragon Warrior Wednesday returns, continues, is here with us. The Wednesday. And we've still got Dragon Quest VII going on. Last time was a lot of modern day travel with our magic carpet. And getting a choice between a couple different locations to check out. Messed thank you very much for the sub. Spent the bulk of the day catching up last week when we were watching Dragon Quarter. Ooh. Sat up in the streak. So close. the streak can restart. Today, so, I talked about this before. So, we picked up a new friend. At the top of the tallest tower, we took the sizzling stone and freed the warrior of God, the Almighty's hero, who was, on the final day, sealed away in case of the future. That's right. Sir Mervyn is here. And I've talked about doing this off camera, and I did. I wanted Mervyn to be caught up with the rest of our party. You can see that Slyo has 3 classes plus Pirate almost done. We've got almost 3 classes plus Sage. Same here, we've actually got 4. We're starting on Well-Wisher. And Mervyn started with nothing. So what I've done is I went ahead and did some slime scuttling. Some slime petting. We annoyed some slimes for a little bit. We played with some slimes out in the slime woods. And so we've mastered Warrior, Martial Artist, and Priest. This is going to be the direction that Mervyn is going to go. I want to give everybody their own unique direction. So what we're going to go do is go start Mervyn on that path. And then we're going to continue back onto the path to Rhode Island. Let's take a look at our, so we have 2 classes available to us that Mervyn is going to want to complete. Having mastered Warrior, Martial Artist, and Priest, there's actually 2 top-level, mid-tier classes that we get access to, and also the Heart of a Slime. So we've got Gladiator. This is Warrior and Martial Artist with heavy crits, long wind-up, and high stats around almost everything. Even MP has a decent stat there. We also have Paladin. Both are going to be long-term builds for us, but that's fine. That'll be all right. We're going to go ahead and start with Gladiator. And go from there. Yeah, doing nothing violent. We just kind of played with some slimes for a while. Nobody else is changing. Well-Wisher is going to be our class for a while on Rough. And Sage and Pirate are our classes on Slyo and Maribel. So, we have this nice hat for a long time. But yeah, so you can see our Gilgamesh get up. We got like a spiked shell, 1 spiked shell pauldron and 1 spiked shell kneecap. We've also got a nice red scarf. Yeah, I got good rider energy there. But yeah, so that's our setup. And we'll let Mervyn be on the same level as the rest of the party, job-wise, while Mervyn does need to catch up experience-wise. So that'll be where we go from there. Everybody kind of has their plan. I have a plan for all of our characters here. Ruff is doing monster stuff. Sage stuff, pirate stuff, gladiator stuff. I think it's a pretty good plan. I think I thought about giving Mervyn Sage and going that direction, but I think we'll be fine without. Mervyn is pretty good at everything. Being the ancient hero, like, Mervyn is not like, we can see if we take a look at our attributes. Like, obviously nobody compares to the base stats of Sly after Sly of Snacks. But, like, we have, higher strength than Maribel, a number of levels, like 8 levels below. Same here. But we also have, like, a reasonable wisdom score, right? A reasonable amount of MP. Much more than Ruff has. So, like, Mervyn can do spell slinging just like any other, into Sage. Would work just fine. I'm gonna take a quick moment. I haven't been here in a little while. Let's take a little start of the, was his wisdom like twice his strength default? I don't think, who's Mervyn's? I think his strength default was 45, and his wisdom was, slightly higher, 70. 70, maybe higher, maybe higher than that. I think you're not wrong. I think you're pretty close. I don't think it was double, but like, Mervyn, I'm saying Mervyn's balanced-ish. Honestly, maybe even a little better as a mage, which is why I think Paladin will be good. Alright. Saw. 80 wisdom. Wow, that's way higher. Saw. Gaudy. We need a better one for this. Saw, coat, snack. Saw, coat, snack, herb. Saw, coat, snack, herb, turban. Saw, coat, snack, herb, turban, copper. Saw, coat, okay. Turban. 80 wisdom, that is... Yep. Copper. Okay. Okay. Iron antidote. Iron antidote. Saw. Coat. Garb, that's the word. I need Garish, but Garish is too long. Alright. 10 left on the shuffle? Okay, well, we're gonna have to get lucky for this one. Snack. Herb. Antidote. Armor. Snack, herb, antidote, armor. Shield. Damn. That was the only one we didn't know the position of, so we had to guess. Okay. I just wanted to start with a little bit of casino time. We're not here for long. We've done a lot of casinoing, and we will do more casinoing. We're having an interesting time doing casinoing and trails on Monday, seeing how it weighs games of poker and such for the player. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, thinking how busted the trails to casino was. Yeah, absolutely. The fact that the slots are visually stopping the second you hit the button means you can just get 3 sevens. Like, if you have, like, not even if you have a good reaction time, if you have a consistent reaction time. If you know that your reaction time is slower, you can react to, like, the blueberry and then get the 7. You know what I mean? Like, you don't even need to have a fast reaction time, you need to have a consistent reaction time. Anyway. So, we picked our location last time. We had a couple places to go. But I decided on green because we hadn't been here. We'd only been here on Lark and the Roma camp. So, let's head out and out. Back to Providence. So if you remember, the town here had recently become devout believers in the goddess, dealing with a group of monsters and folks who are after their town and their goddess statue. And so we're gonna go ahead and oh, I have everybody on auto battle from oh my god, right, that's the Gust Slash. Okay, that's a nice start. Gladiator. Let's get everybody on follow orders, please. Though they were making good choices there. It's funny how on Use No MP they have some pretty dang good choices. Yeah, get the hell out of here. Providence awaits. So, our town, known for the divine favor of the goddess, we're gonna have to travel up this mountain to check out the temple where the golden statue lies. I'm gonna cross my fingers and hope we don't have a Mani Mani situation going on here, you know? Gust of wind, damn. I say it a lot, but Legend of Dragoon is still on my short list of, like, games to revisit. Because there's of Severed Chains. I would not be surprised if that happens quicker than it feels like it should. Yeah, Shinku, you do bring up a great point, and kind of how I've been picking characters sort of related to that, where, like, our characters can do anything, but they have their own inclinations. They have, like, their own pieces that they are better at, better served as a offensive fighter, or able to tank hits with the best of them. Hello. Wisdom affecting character AI actions. Now that I did not know. That's an interesting fact to learn. I was unaware of that as a But, like, we do know that, so going back to, let's talk about Dragon Quest IV, our adventures in Dragon Warrior 4, the auto-control character AI in that game is kind of notorious and is used because of how it functions, where it fishes for weaknesses and like, quote, learns information as it uses abilities. Most notably, you get Kirill using thwack on everything until he figures out that thwack will not work on everything. Like having Weird Whacker here. Ruff has a lot of nice options for offense. And Mervin's going to be learning them. We have Gust Slash, which is a free... Duel! We also had that noted in 5, where a monster below a wisdom threshold, I believe 20, would act differently. Slime? Is this 1/8 slime? This is 1/8 slime. Everybody's good friend, 1/8 slime. We have Hatchet Man. Ooh, I like having... So, let's take a look at our abilities that we've gained. We did some off-screen stuff for Mervyn, so we should get familiar with what Mervyn now has. We've got Windsickles. We've got Pressure Point. Pointer. Hatchet Man is our all or nothing. That's our critter miss. Mercurial Thrust is our fast act. Dragon Slash. Gust Slash is our newest. This is just a gust attack on. Knuckle Sandwich. We got Roundhouse Kick. This is the like AoE one that goes down as it hits. Flying Knee. I think this hits. I think this literally is the fly. No, this is the flying one. Just Wing Clipper. We have a lot of like attack but better stuff like Gust Slash, and a lot of options like Hatchet Man, Mercurial Thrust, Roundhouse Kick. We can kick some. Bonk. Anyway, we also did get a level on Maribel and Slyo while we were playing around with slimes. Ooh, a level on Ruff with 9 HP. That's nice. Do love to see it. Oh, hello? Big? A Jade Dragon. Oh boy, alright, well. Let's go with Lampede, and we have an ability for this. We will use the Dragon Slash. Cold Breath. That is hammering. Yeah, you can't fool me, Andriel. It's true. We're going to have to capture 128 of these in order to finish our chains. So I went this way. Ooh, baby dragon. Goodbye. Went this way because there was a treasure over here. Ooh, we already did King Fuchsia. But if we had not had a King Fuchsia heart, now we have access to a King Fuchsia heart. Which on our plan for Ruff is important. I'm glad to have a King Fuchsia. We already have the bird complete. Ooh, book. We got a lot of interesting new enemies in here. Fryling. A lot of dragons on this quest. Jade. Anyway, let's get up this mountain. Let's get to the temple at the top. Meet the statue of the goddess. Maybe learn what the hell's going on around here. Ooh, I love the little dancer hopper. I think the next thing I want to upgrade is Maribel's weapon. What? Okay, well maybe not. Maybe Maribel... Well-wisher level increase. Ruff obtains the rank of Dirty Well. the underpants dance. What's this? Yeah. Let's get a new buddy. Someday we'll get to the Monster Meadows and it'll be a great time. We're not there yet, but we're collecting friends. Alright. Keep on moving around. A deliciously daft dance that can crack up enemies. Southern Drips thought that was a fishing spot. Yeah, right here. This is the fishing spot. Okay. Ooh, I don't like them suddenly acting. I'm fine with the drain magic. I don't like the... Yeah, that's fine. Lampy! Okay, going after our MP. That's actually a sizable amount of MP theft going on there. It's got 3, it's got more, it's got so many dragons. There are dragons other than Dratini, you know? Okay, let's go up this way. We'll kind of left-hand rule it. I'm gonna, while we're walking around, I'm actually gonna swap our tactics just to, don't use magic and see how the party does on that. Interested to see how good the, AI is now that we've established that wisdom affects that. Alright. Let's throw that lightning down. Brandishes fire claws and wow. Okay. Interesting. Give them options and they'll find the right one. Maybe I don't need to be micromanaging the party. Maybe they'll be alright. Mimic? Yeah! It's a Mimic. Hey, buddy. I may not have done anything publicly with the Mimic Museum in a little while, but it is still under construction. My idea does start with like a couple social media accounts, but extends much further than that mentally, but it has to exist first. Goodbye, Canabox. Ooh, we got the featherweight title. I captured rare mimics in the museum. Ooh, I'm excited for some rare mimics. Undead Undoer. I wonder if that stacks with Zombies Bane. Because we're wielding Zombies Bane right now. Can we, like, stack it so Undead Undoer just does, like, 300 damage? Ooh, and Mean Sweep? We're getting, like, multi stuff on this. That's great. Okay, there's an... Okay, let's take the ways that aren't the stairs first. These 4 that are just like, yeah, come on. Ooh, yeah, the roundhouse kick. That's a nice one. It's got a good animation. Oh, Shadow? Yo, that Shadow looks buff. That's more than just Shadow. Fly by Night. So it has the shade thing going on, where it has, like, the bottom half that's, like, got the sort of, like, TV lines going on with it. Like you're adjusting a CRT. But, like, is much more defined. That looks like... This looks like Samus. This looks like a hologram of like, the SAX or something like that. Like, just the way that, like, yeah, Dark Samus, I suppose, would be better, but, like, because, like, I'm looking at the giant shoulders, the visor, like, much more all right. Alright, anything over here? Nope. Alright, let's get to those stairs down then. Well, stairs up. We came from stairs down. They do combo and hit like that. That's cool. I figured as much, but like we haven't had we haven't run into like we had some zombies outside. We would be able to test that on. Not in here quite yet. Guess that would be like metal sword plus metal slime fighting ability. Oh, terrifying. Grenade. Okay, we got good area. I like letting our party kind of make their own choices here. Look, once we've gotten into the deep into vocations, they've gotten more active on making their own choices, you know, now that we have a lot of, like, Kiefer was doing this in our early fights. But now that they have a lot of, ooh, the Dread Pirate. What do we got from that? The Dread Pirate Slyo. Maelstrom. Ooh. That's not even max, that's 7. Like, there's a level beyond the Dread Pirate. Like, let me check out. Fight, abilities, offensive. No? Spells offensive? Whips up a group of enemies into an enormous whirlpool. Sure, let's see what that looks like. $126 damage. That was the final pirate skill on PS1. We get some... Indeed, Slyo has learned the ancient incantation. Blah, blah, blah. Tidal wave. Alright, welcome. We've made it up here to the top of the mountain. You can see on the map in the corner, we have the, temple here. Ooh, it's really, really annoying. Oh. See, I thought you were gonna talk about how, like, fun grass whistling was. And, like, remind me of Ramza and Delita or something. But no, just like, you ever listen to the winds of the wild? They suck. They're pretty awful. Kinda hate them. You know, I want to know about your priest. Who are they? Where do they come from? 3 years ago. Mysterious castaway. Maribel's like, yeah, it's a priest, right? Please. Lost his memory. He had once been a priest. So it's the statue, right? But she just gives up. He just gave up. He just walks away. I'm dying evident. You know what? I'm done. You tell the story. Regaling you with a ripping yarn. What a yarn it was. Alright. What do we got going on here? Yeah, we talked about Abraham. Oh, Oh, that's a very nice looking statue. The Emperor of the Ruckers. All right. Okay. Interesting. We've got a couple different sides of... I wish we had never... Can we just talk it out with the Ruckers versus, like, this statue is cursed and we are continuing to be assailed for it? Such a tiny statue. And so, interesting. That knave. Tell my mom and dad that. We're having a fun time with Maribel here. Okay. So this priest who just, you know, washed up on the shore one day, with that statue in hand, and completely the village over the 3 years shifted around it. Sounds like Caleb and some folk feel it cursed the village, others protected. Okay. And some feel as the priest's example himself that did it. Okay. We are able to save here, so that's good. So we have a lot of different opinions on this, but it's very clear that the recent shift towards the goddess has been a strong one in this village. Sure. Oh, right. I need to, I just thought about this. Mervyn has allowed slime into his heart. We still have this heal slime heart. I think that's gonna go to rough after well time. I probably should have used it earlier. But that's the feeling I get with it, is that that rough would appreciate it. Actually, Slyo might appreciate it? Slyo might appreciate that, actually. Because Slyo has access to heal and mid-heal, but not full heal and beyond. The search for oneself. Serious-looking theological tomes. Okay. And the priest's belongings. Okay, it looks like we have a town that is having a very serious, like... I won't call it directly a theological debate, but, you know, that we seem to have a bit of a schism building, or built. We also have a cave up here at the top of the mountain. And we have a pool right outside the church. Okay. Anyway, the Ruckers are here. Let's see. It sounds like Caleb just wants to be rid of the statue and be rid of the Ruckers as a problem. We'll see exactly how that works as Abraham wants to try and talk it out and keep the statue. This thing just sort of rolls. Ah! Many slime hearts. How many slime hearts are we up to? That's actually a good question. Ooh, I like that attack. Thwack. Let's check how many slime hearts we're up to. A few. Is that true 99? Okay. That is not 150 disguised as 99. That is 99. I bet it's been eating anything excess of. Dang, the Watchmans are fast. Alright. So, down here, the 108 Slimes of Destiny. They had a lot of slimes in Dark Prince. The town is missing. There's no one here. Ma'am? My wife and my business. Dog? Does dog know something? Ooh. A platinum sword. Well, thank you. I'm happy to accept it. Mervin's like, damn, that's a hell of a blade. Give that to you for free? Wow. The most important thing that the Platinum Sword does is that it's stylish. Zombie's Bane is a better weapon. But wow, is it a stylish weapon. And also, like, we can set up the platinum set and be able to have a... Like, we went and grabbed these... We just got legitimate access to Zombie's Veins. We got the other from, gambling. Yeah, full platinum is what I'm thinking of as, like, a bonus. Ooh, we got, like, a gate up over here? Yeah, we got a gate. I don't think there's anyone else for us to... Head them off the bridge, okay. I was right to want to leave town, then. Everyone else is hiding in their homes, getting ready for the eventual invasion. Well, like, if we have a choke point, let's use it. Gotta love weird. Our final slime power, which is gonna be with us for all game. Someday we'll have to, Mervin, let slime into their hearts. He can, accept that too. Alright, ooh, we almost got ran down there. Unpardonable lack of chivalry. Smells like baddies. I like having Mervin here. Someone who, like, again, fought not soldiers, but demons. Look. I thought you were after... Wait. No, remember? Do you remember the facts we learned about the statue in town? I just remembered some of the facts we learned about the statue in town. Max and Johnchi, thanks for the raid. Hi, everybody. We've made it to Providence. We're hanging out in Rhode Island, and we're having a religious schism. As long as it exists, foolish men will fight over its possession. Hang on, I don't get it. Are you gonna throw it in the river? No, you're gonna break it. If there is no golden statue, there's no golden statue for us to fight over. Go back to your emperor. If you're here for the statue, there isn't one. It can do us no harm. Anyway, remember the whole bit about the statue and laser beams and the ability to ward off demons? No, that was just, like, real. Like, the ability for the goddess statue to ward off the devils and the monsters, yeah. This was not a conflict of another village wanting it for their own, reasons. Goodbye, we can fly, idiots. Caleb, misunderstood the genre of, what we were in, right? If this is a conflict of man versus man fighting over, perceived differences. No, this is just like the goddess is real, and the goddess was protecting the village. We should probably take this. This thing might be important. We were thoroughly deceived. Alright. Anyway, let's get to town, see what we can do to help. It changes the... Hold on, I'm really enjoying the animation here. Faith and the church and the like goddess Rubis and Zenithia is something we've had throughout like all of our Dragon Quest titles. And it's something we've interrogated in different ways. I think 4 is my favorite in the way that it interrogates like the role of heaven and the gods, or the god, the dragon god, with like the way that like you wordlessly leave after this task is done, and after the fact that, like, gods killed your family. But it also is a very different, tenor to the whole of the religions that we run into, when in a lot of them we meet the figures of the religion. We meet the god. The god is real. We learn so much, like tangible real, like not a metaphysical real. Those are two different. Like they're not an idea. They're not but they're like literal. Like we can go. Like we can go to Zenithia. And how that changes a lot of it. Anyway, let's help out the town. Take that! Oh no, they're for Grandma! Oh no! Alright. We gotta go find the leader. We gotta, if we can take out this group. Okay. Caleb's trying. We even get the like combat animations as we get the theme here. Yeah, we've met the roamers, and the roamers are trying to resurrect God, resurrect the Almighty. And from what we've seen in other games, where we meet Rubis at the bottom of the ocean, where we meet the Dragon God at the top of Zenithia, or we meet Dr. Acula, Dr. Agan, wandering the world, like, they're extant, which, you know, again, it's oh, we gotta... No, the cow! Don't do it! No! Then obviously on the other side of that, we have the very real demons that we face. Oh, I like this. Oh, boy. Soul Steel literal. All your souls all belong to us. It's great. It's great. The Bounty Council will decide your fate. It came up into your stat. Banned into your stat. Well. Oh no! I'll see you in hell! Oh! Buddy. Buddy, you okay? You gave us that sword. Appears to have passed out. Okay. No! There were 2 doors to the house! I shall give everyone the heart of a slime. Thus, the... Yeah? Yeah, what's up? Oh, hey, come on now. Come on now. Draw? Okay, well. Bonk, 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 bonk. I really like that the imp is just running the counter right now. I think they like to play shopkeep. Just hiding in a corner, oh no. Don't do it. The horse is gonna beat you up if you try it. No! Well, what a rotter. They'll pay for this. I said this, I'm pretty sure this was on the last Trails of the Sky stream, but I think about Kingdom Hearts 2, they'll pay for this, like, Goofy getting hit by a rock, like, a lot. Alright. Uh-huh. Slime? Let's say hi. Oh! Okay, well, we almost get trounced on the way in. Alright, we need to make it back up to the temple at the top of the town. We need to have a discussion with the priests and Abraham, and also deal with the leader of the Ruckers here. your rheumatism. Yeah, like, I like the swerve that this story's done, where it's like, okay, is this a story about like the statue and the influence it's had over the town because everyone's talking about it? I mentioned the Mani Mani statue, but like the moment we see Caleb go, like, all right, this statue will burden us no longer. It's like, oh, okay, sweet, job's done. For us. So we got... Oh, that's so many books. Well. They have little tongues. No. Yeah, you thought this was interhuman political strife, but it's actually, like, the devil. Good kick. Yeah, sure. We can use a watchman over on those islands. Wahoo! Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay, well, fine. Tiger knee. Did Sagat release yet? Sagat? No, I think Sagat soon. Tiger. I saw the trailer. I bear troubling news. Alright, hey priest. So Caleb crushed it. I'm seeing a vision. Smoke, screaming, monsters in a village. The priest has had a hell of a time. Uh-huh. The priest is, as Caleb blames himself, the priest also blames, the destruction of, this village, on himself. Everyone actually has that same sort of self-blame in this. Because, we have not been tasked in retrieving an item. Yeah. I've been chased by these monsters. You can see Caleb's hand clipping through the door on that scene, too. Don't worry about it. To the ground, you say? And Caleb's curse in all of this is that, he'll live. Hey, Ozo snack. Five more health. We're almost at 300. I think we have double Maribel's health. Almost. There isn't much in the way of mythical supernatural associated with platinum. It wasn't recognized properly. Okay. Crikey. Fire upon it! Wise counsel, fair Maribel. So remember, it's a little blunt, in addition to being, you know, the, a fire upon it, and with our must needs. Let's go and take our full heal. Ruff is picking up slang over time, and it's great. Let's see how Caleb and Abraham are doing and see what remains of the village. Soul Steel. Yep. This is this was our storyteller outside, In good news for a couple of folks, being soul stolen is better than bleeding out because we can try to reverse it, you know? We've seen people lose their souls on previous islands and get them back. There was a whole sword that did it. Looks like the monsters have cleaned out of here. I guess to give us a cleaner walk back. Alright. Yeah, we, Did you soul steal the horse? Yeah, horse soul confirmed. All creatures are all living creatures are equal in the eyes of the goddess, you know? Oh God, Caleb. Caleb. No, Caleb. You are not the one who destroyed the town. I know it's still on fire. Oh. There was indeed a box we could not open. The imp is still here. A very devil. Soul Steel. Caleb's a proper misery guts, isn't he? Caleb here also being like I am just like, you know, like, look, the village is dead due to me. All I'm doing is just like... I'm sorry, hold on. This cat's fine. This is just a normal cat. It's very sleepy. The cat wanted to be involved. Oh, the cat's like mirroring. Oh no. Now I'm sadder about the cat. All the soul stolen blank. Buddy here's just frozen. Maybe it's something with the animals. Ah, yeah, the horse is also doing it. All right. Let's head up to the top again. We have a lot of back and forth up and down this hill. The monsters are back. Scizar. He's a little baby dragon. Gust of wind. Ooh, lightweight. The gritty ditty. Oh, ooh. Mervin knows how to do the gritty. All right. Double-edged slash. We have no battle. We'll check out the ditty gritty. Tactics. Sir Mervin. Follow orders, please. So double-edged slash is big hit, self-hit. And then ditty gritty. Which is an excellent move for us to have access to. Yeah. Very nice one to have. That was normal effectiveness. That was plus. Yeah, the bad thing, the thing that makes that weaker is actually not the ditty gritty itself, but the fact that Mervin is likely to be late in the turn and using it. Very nice to have. An excellent like opening turn. Yeah, because I think Kabuff is a quarter and buff is buff is more effective, if I remember right on how that works. It's like buff is more effective because it's single target in some, not every game. Sometimes it's just increase is better. Yeah, definitely one of those, like, if we're trying to... Yo, what a cool move by the Fly-By-Night there. I think this is going to be Mervin 20, and we'll finally be shut out of slime hangouts. That's okay. 11 HP, though. Also, look at the... Again, when I'm talking about Mervin, the reason I think of Mervin as a really good all-rounder is because, like, we do have high wisdom, but we just have high everything. Well, the haunted well. No skill on the haunted well. It's okay. Yeah, 6 wisdom's a million wisdom, though. It's just that wisdom is a less important, until we get to the point where, like, things are scaling more with wisdom, wisdom's not as important. Alright. So, let's dip the statue. Alright. The hovering noise here is very funky. And you're going to join it! Let's see how you look acted to. Alright, Scraw! Who is just a recolor of our previous fight. It's fine. Alright, so let's check out what we have for opening moves. Oh, I need to turn everybody off of that. That's a... We're taking a lump for my choice there. That's something we can fix. Everyone, please. Big turn 1. Maribel has so little health. Defensive spells, defensive abilities. And alright, anyway. Let's get that gritty ditty up. Let's get Oomph on Slyo. Goodness, look at those. Look at the difference on on these. This is the power of Slyo Snags. Fists of Fury. Sure. Alright. Okay. Multi-heal. What about Frizzle? How bad's that here? Oh, full immunity, huh? Sure. Okay. And then you get 1. What? Now I think things are going just fine. Keep them coming. Anyway, now we have Scraw Reel. Himself. Magic Barrier. And Gritty Ditty. Alright, get ready to watch for a little bit of difference in numbers. Yeah, this did not feel like an unwinnable fight. Scraw in that first fight does have, like, I want to say 5-digit health. But, like... Now we're hitting for, we're hitting for much higher damage and we're taking nothing. I think we also don't have the, immunities anymore. Yeah, 118. Yeah, Cardinal Sin. Or not Cardinal Sin, the guys down at the bottom that weren't Cardinal Sin, that were, like, very clearly kicking your ass. Right? Those are the ones you're thinking of? But yeah, Scraw. Self-destruct. Oh, well. Whoa. And so while the goddess statue and the temple and the town may be destroyed, its people are not. That was a cute sound. Town's not terribly worse for wear compared to what it could have been. Yeah, the ones that got blown up, nothing to be done there. If you got hit by, you know, Frizzle, Kafrizz, if you got Kafrizzed, you don't know, who's can say? Anyway. Alright. We are going to head down this mountain. I'm going to quick step away just to grab a refresh on a drink and such. But we do have the rest of this town to go check out. So we'll be right back. I'll be right back in just a minute. Okay, and I'm back. Yeah, we've had some much worse resolutions for places. I do have a strange sensation of floating in the air and looking down at myself. You know, it's not great, but certainly could be worse. But yeah, let's head on down here and kind of find out what is ongoing in Providence. I'm not gonna get by that second one. Yeah, I didn't think so. Andriel there. I suppose I can Lampede and roundhouse kick? I don't know. Ooh, enlightened one on Sage. Kafrizzle. Ooh, yes. And Kaboom. And Summon. Oh. That's not even max Sage either. That's Sage 7, not Sage 8. Summon. If I go into spells, other. There it is. It's not even. It's not a spell. Anyway, call an itinerant spirit to offer its aid in battle. Tetron joins the fight. You're a bad man. So if you remember, we used this in previous games, the summon that hands us, like, a friend that we have as, like, an ally in the fight. There they are. You can see them behind us. Hi, Heal Slime. I think Tatron was Tatsu, Bazoo, and starts with an S. We went through this in the previous title where we had these friends show up as well. They're quite useful. They're you know, having a fifth, even if they're not like controllable, having a fifth party member who's just sort of there is a useful thing to have. Diago, thank you. Samshin's the other one I was thinking of, the one starting with an S. Everyone say we save village. I'm going red. That's not it. Don't do it. That's a trick. You've been tricked. My soul burnt. No! No, Daisy! The cow did explode. Some folks did not make it through. This was not without casualties. Change the future? Be quick. Nope, that's not it. That's it. Anyway. But we've had that same set before as our friends to summon. Just helpful to have an extra party member. Meow. Cat's fine. A minimum level to summon. That's it. Sounds the same as in the other titles with them too. Then. I've died and been reborn. Yeah, Mervyn would probably love to have a conversation with a priest hundreds of years in the past, right? Like, that would have been a animal. Priest can fly? Did you... Oh, no. Oh. Uh-huh. Somebody beefed it. The man's like me, but the other way around. He'll get used to it. Being a cow can't be like that bad. I'm a dog. Distinctly bovine. The divine bovine. I'm so proud of him. Absolutely be up there. Yeah, he would, like, any era, like, especially someone as directly devout as this priest to the goddess. The dog. Do you think it works for wolves? I'm certain it works for wolves, Ruff. We still have this key. The sword will absolutely be useful. It would be too terrible otherwise. Well... I think that leaves us, finished with Providence. Let's let's go see how this place fares in the future. I'm curious what the long-term effects of such a deep experience to everyone in town could be. Yeah, if we didn't have the Zombies Banes, the Platinum Sword would be either on par or better than what we have. Tactics, everybody don't use magic, just, you know, walking around stuff. Glad to have the roundhouse kick. It's a good move. But yeah, let's head out of here. We'll head to Present and head over to Providence. Hey, Caleb. That priest did appear from nowhere, didn't they? Almost as if by providence. Hey, silly imp. Cheeky devil. Slayer's just immune to that? Wild. You got some sweet equipment. Alright. Well. Now we could go to our other path, but we've got some travel to do, I believe. Did I find any mini-medals? Can't we just buy Zombies Bane? I thought Zombies Bane was purchasable. I know we've gotten two. I don't remember if it was purchasable at like the one of the more modern. Let's meet Kale's great-great-grandkids. Let us make haste. We had a couple new shops. I don't remember what all they had. It's fine. Alright. Let's take the boat. As we can see, down in the southwest here, by Lark, I believe. Barracuda! Yeah, okay, they get to attack for 1. That's fine. Ruff is so fast. Anyway. Let's land over here and find out how Providence is. What does the modern day look like, feel like for him? Trees, fields, mountains, not a city in sight. Are they feeling this island over here on the west as, like, not Providence? That's hilarious. They're like, hey, Sly, what are you doing here? Why don't we go to Providence? You know. Kiefer was a real important part of our party for quite a long time. Kiefer will teach you about Slyo snacks. He was at the party for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months? Like, quite some time. It has been longer with Kiefer than without at this stage. Like, we still haven't, like, gone on more islands. Aha, there is a treasure over here. Malevolantern heart. Ah. Yeah, we did not show off the Super Kiefer ridiculous setup. I love how in Sage we still run like this. I think he stayed about the same amount I'd expect, because the game does seem fairly balanced around the 3-person party up until we get Mervyn here. There's a couple points where it feels like it's a length of time before you get Mervyn, but it's definitely a key point of the game, I'd say. Be interested. I was seeing people posting, I think it was yesterday or the day before, about, like, just the raw amount of, like, script materials and such for this game and how, like, large of a title it is. Welcome from the goddess. Well, I'll have to find the specific. Okay. Cat. Meow. Agreed. FF7 was 3 discs because of FFVs. Dragon Quest 7 was 2 discs because of raw text. I suppose because we're playing on the 3DS, I haven't brought that up. This was a 2-disc title. Alright, let's hear the story. I'm a big, tough adventurer. All the little girls and boys and all the big, tough adventurers in the village love this one. Good. Province is attacked by a load of big scary monsters. Luckily, we had a band of mystery heroes to help us. Mystery heroes! Before these heroes went into battle, one of my ancestors gave him a sword, been in family for generations, and begged him to use it. They smote, and smited the monsters until they were smitten. I want to give you a sword. You call us heroes. That's all I love that Maribel loves being, like, recognized for this. Ah, 'tis too early to call us heroes. We have not rightly earned that August title. It was us, we did it! I am stealing your stuff, as is my right as a band of heroes. Okay. That is my equipped armor. That's a real pickup just because that's literally what I have on. Morningstar, Dragontail Whip, Fireclaw, Sawblade, Icicle Dirt, and Sage's Stave. 15,000. That would be a nice one to have, Sage's Stave. I'll think about it. We have a lot of stuff we can sell for money. I don't want to do it right off the bat because there's also an armor shop. Hello? Moo. We were gonna get moving. They're so amusing. Maybe it's just my imagination, but that man smells like a cow. So, yeah, the man who had the soul of the cow, that lineage continued down. Oh, you can only speak to cows? That's a shame. It's like eating people. Give me a grass, yes. Hey, Slider Snack. Give me that. Billy the Bull. The Province Dairy Festival. I like Billy the Bull. When I was a young man, I would oft do the same with Annabelle in my father's barn. She was the finest Frisian. Mr. Cow. Annabelle. Again, I like hearing Mervyn talking about the past because the past is clearly, 1,000 years ago. Might have missed the boat on that one. Frisian, like a specific cow breed? Okay. I got that it was a specific type of cow, but wasn't certain if it was like a... We're naming it, in-game, or we're just using a cow type. Oh, it's all... Okay. Sure. That follows. So the Holstein I would catch as a cow type. Legerdemander, oh, Silver Mail, Legerdemander, Magical Armor, Dragon Shield, Iron Mask, Pillager's Helmet. Yeah, it's the cow for cow. If I'm like mentally thinking of a cow. Big castle, beautiful velvet ball gown. That stupid prince was still around. We're still thinking about Kiefer. You have to understand, Kiefer was like our closest friend for Maribel and for Slyo. Oh my god, and Mervyn. Mervyn was quite the lad back in the day. He's right there on the top right. Lady, yeah, but I love getting stories out of Mervyn like this. I think that's incredibly fun. Because it's both like him thinking about his youth, but thinking about his youth in a world we don't exist in. They're all... Why is he chasing women? Did they steal something? Like, Mervyn's like, to be young, isn't that man like 60? To be young. Like, Mervyn gets to be the old, like... Yeah, there's Cow. Picture in your mind's eye a Harvest Moon, a Story of Seasons cow. I don't have any reason to make you picture this in your mind, I just want you to. Charity. Okay, the village elder moved to the top of the house on top. Oh, and Caleb felt that he needed to give back to the community too. I'm certain Caleb, like, still held a lot of self-blame. Oh no, 3. There's no place for youngsters like us. This is fun. Alright, let's head over here. A lot of cows. Alright. Before we head up there, we'll quick make a stop at the end. I'm glad to see. Yeah, was just thinking the same thing, Maribel. It's been hundreds of years, but the priest is remembered. Like it's the legend of this old town. So. Okay. Oh, is this the grandchildren? 10 kids. Oh boy. My grilled fish. That's cute. It's a growing town. Alright, let's head up to the top of the mountain. Ooh, you can see we have a reason to be here. We've got our little glowing dragon radar telling us that there's a fragment in the world here. Lips heart. Smooches. Okay. Yeah, smooches. So we got a kind of clean walk up here because this is a mountain that is used as like a pass up to the mountaintop. It's been cleared out for years, decades, centuries. So we don't have to worry about running into, you know, 1/8, an aggressive 1/8 slime or a dragon family who are a little mad about us invading their home. The future is not as kind of place for all the monsters in the world. That's why we're building the monster meadows. It's important. Anyway. Get ourselves a yellow fragment. It's still active, though. That wasn't the only one here. Keep your eyes peeled. Oh, but there is still room for Mimic. Hello. We're at the point where Canabox isn't threatening enough anymore, but we have yet to move up. So... the world is made for humans and monsters alike to share and live in. All living things are equal under the goddess. I don't know about the Almighty. I think the Almighty is the same. But I'm always thinking about Zorro and the talking cats and like... yeah. I will absolutely help you get up there. Maribel, I will help you up the mountain. Alright, so what do we got up here? Yeah! The church is rebuilt in basically the same way. Oh, that's some good chillin'. Father and son, a long line of elders. One of their ancestors devoted their life to the goddess after an incident. Now, let's do a little bit of looking around here. Yeah, we're not quite done yet. I like the lounging. My great. No, I don't remember how many greats. Anyway, one of my ancestors smashed the most precious treasure. Okay, so when Caleb wrote down the story of what happened, Caleb, like, still held on to that blame. I'm a notorious thief by the name of Little Ronnie, part of a noble line of robbers that go back all the way to the legendary ancestor, Big Ronnie. Which I found when I was visiting someone's house the other day, but an old message from another of my ancestors, Big Ronnie. It says something about leaving a very precious object in someone's safekeeping just before the Demon King sealed him away. It's an ancient-looking treasure chest covered in scratches. It looks like this was downstairs and, survived the razing of the temple. And thus, we find ourselves in another fragment. This is another piece that we needed to come up here for with that priest key we got. Reminds me. Cellar's still here. We get a mini medal? We haven't got one of those in a little while. Good. That's exactly what I wanted. Alright, let's check the cave in the back. Well, why not? And so that's our kind of closing on Providence. We see how this affected Caleb and how Caleb became very devout after that incident. Again, still held, I think still held like his own blame for what happened. The fact that, like, the book that has the account to his ancestors talks about him breaking the statue. And, like, the priest dying because of him. But also the way that the town has kind of prospered. So. And we found ourselves some more, fragments. We found a yellow one that's like a big edge piece and a green one that clearly goes with our last green pedestal. Well, that's Providence. We've got another place to go, though. If you remember last time, we ended with 2 choices for areas to go check out. And well, this gives us our, a good time as any for our second one. We can get a little bit of a dip into that, see what's going on in the, I think it was a blue pedestal. Yep. Let's not forget. Yeah, the world's got a lot of islands we put in there. We aren't fully back together. There's clearly, I think, another 4 or 5 that we have to explore, but remember how this started with one island? Estard, the only island in the world. Now we slowly have been rebuilding. Alright. So I think it was a blue one. No. Well, it's not. Maybe it was a red one. I forget what color we had. We can tell by the ones we've been to, obviously. Hubble. You can tell it has no points on it. This other one's almost finished, too. Alright, Hubble and Environs. Which one's this one? This will be interesting. Fur on my head is trouble in the air. A lot of castles. Also, wow, talk about a quick demotion. But dude, we just fought you as a boss 3 seconds ago. We could have done this island first. That's not even a color swap. Oh yeah, palette swap. I mean, obviously it's much weaker, but very funny. Oh, oh. Look at that metal. I love the king slime shield. Yeah, we could have came here first. So you have to remember that a Metal Slime Knight is not a Metal Slime in composition. We can deal regular damage to a Metal Slime Knight. They're still cool. It is very funny how different games have different ideas about if the Slime Knight is the knight or if the Slime Knight is the slime. Some of them mention that the knight is just a toy, and some of them the knight is clearly active. Worth a lot of experience, though. Alright, we've got a nearby kingdom. Oh, boy. Scarlet Scorpions. We've got a very different set of enemies around here. Let's go check out our first kingdom. A lot of fights on the way. Oh, it's Jar. Oh my god, it's Jar. Oh my god! That was the crit animation where they bonk you with the slime. Like, that was just, they whipped the slime around. That was hilarious. Like that. The overhead. You don't see it coming. It doesn't look like an overhead until it's too late, you know? And you're not blocking up, you know? You completely already get smoked by an overhead. It's gonna be interesting Evos this weekend, and that's the time I'm always most excited about. Iron Lance, interesting. Is that anything new? No, it's not. Alright, what the hell do we got here? Anyway, here's the Ruckers. Hilarious to get this on the other side. Okay. Well, let's learn about what's going on here. Okay. The Hubble. All our swagger is gone. Okay, so like... Looks like we have a mighty empire's fallen on hard times with another empire. Rucker. Damn, a whole year. But at least we know that the monsters were claiming to be a real kingdom. It's funny that we did this in this direction. Right, now, like, which of these is first? Where, like, we have some questions, right? I'm already interested. Okay, overwhelming power. So we have Sword Town and Wizard Town, and the wizards of Wizard Town have thoroughly trounced Rudder here, but have not killed anyone. It's been mostly the fall of the castle. Interesting. Is the pen mightier than the sword? Sword versus the Wizard. I'll talk to the Emperor in a moment. Okay, we got a little training arena here. Oh, the wizards did die. Okay. This is not a fight without casualties. I understand. "10 years ago, Hubble was a broken kingdom under the iron heel of the Rucker Empire. Spell slingers, lords of war. Tireless energy of their young monarch. Don't like this guy if he's calling the wizards pygmy. I mean, as he started with, that kingdom was, like, crushed under their heel. Ragaraz versus Mardra, original name for Hubble. And of course, this is a continuing thing with Mervyn. Mervyn is a, hero of God fighting the Demon King. What the hell are we doing fighting each other? What? And even for us, like, we lived on an island that was the only island. And so the level of conflict that existed on Estard was children rebelling against their parents. We even asked, what are these weapons of war and why do they exist? Right? What could possibly be the point of these swords and armors? We sure can't use them. My freedom to make money, that is! Ain't making money with that. That inventory's, Not pulling weight. Meanwhile, this inventory... Yeah, this is on par. The only reason I'm not buying a heavy armor is in case we find one. The seafarers did have to fight sea monsters, but weapons of war weren't what was used then, right? Like, we specifically had some talk with, like, the guards and the castle guards of, like, why do we exist, right? Because, like, what's the point of a castle guard in a world where there's no invading, like, what's the point of a standing army in the world where there's no other kingdom, right? Like, sure, a castle guard might be needed in case Kiefer's running off again. And so we've learned that the world is full of people, and the world is full of other kingdoms. But now we're seeing that there is also conflict out in the world, too. Alright. Let's check out the rest of this island. So, that's Rhode. We also have the other castle. Oh boy, is this a... What do we have here? Ooh, fire breath's pretty good. Slyo's so powerful. Slyo stacks really do just bring you running. The blockade. Apparently the wizard-in-chief and king had a little disagreement. No one's allowed to travel to the Grand Conjuratorium. Grandstaff is built for the people. I love Grandstaff. Goodgora's such a character. Good God. I Lost Odyssey is a game that's definitely stuck with me over the years. Alright. Let's head over to Hubble. See what's going on here. Oh! Hi, boss. You got it, boss. Now we're fighting that scorpion and we want in. Darkseid starts fighting. Scourge of the Seas, yar. Sword Dance. Hold on. Before we enter the Kingdom of the Wizards, first let's master the Sword Dance. Abilities offense. Attack enemies randomly with successive sword slashes. 2 MP. Yeah, okay. That is Final Pirate, yeah. So if I go ability sword slashes, is that gonna hit? Okay. Gladiator up to welterweight. Toxic dagger. Helm splitter. Ooh, we're getting some new ones. Okay. Hold on. Sorry, we're going to Wizard Hut and we're out here making sure that all of our cool moves are ready to go. You know? Looks like Sword Dance is our all-target move. Follow orders, please. Because if I go Sword Dance, random target even, I guess. So we've got Toxic Dagger, which has poison capabilities. Helm Splitter, which is a defense dropper. I can think of some fights where a poison capability can do some real... Wow, that's 4 hits. I see. Sword Dance is 4 hits randomly. That has some strength. Anyway, that is Pirate 8. We are the Scourge of the Seas. Yeah, want to hit 4 times? Crit 4 times? Home of Magic. Welcome. Alright, let's learn. Hubble looks like it's doing very well compared to the, Rutgers. Thank you for the bleeding blockade. Basically, anyone in physical went warrior and dancer and nothing else mattered because they had sword dance and they were... Okay, interesting. We need the magic key in town. Okay, that's funny. The thief key isn't enough, but the magic key. Ooh. Okay. Let's get Sir Mervyn an upgrade. Produce magic and a better shield. Thanks, Magic Key. I heard they're trying to revive the incantation. That's what that actually means. Is that... I'm sorry. Is that good? Is reviving the incantation a good thing? Oh, our money is so close. One, two, three, five, four. Fairy foil, Ice School Turk, magic armor, magic shield, silver tiara. I think Lunar Fan is finally enough for me to finally grab as an upgrade for Maribel. The big Lunar Fan. Ever since his father stepped aside 2 years ago, the new king has been pulling out all the stops, turning Hubble into a military superpower. Okay, alright. We beat the Rutgers, but like, now what the hell are we doing, right? Like, why is there a blockade? Why are we doing the incantation? Father Martin. Okay. And now the church is also like, I can't understand why you're... Interesting. They're not following in the true path of being a king, knowing how to cast Kazing, you know? How many priest models are there? Like 3. Like, we have like 1 nun and 1 priest. But yeah, Martin here. Seems like we have a talk to have with the king about the blockade. I know what you're thinking too, and it's always a question, especially when we heard about the Ruckers here. Mercenaries, not a... Well, we got a sage. Mirabelle's got this under lock and key. The Inquisitory? Okay. Pfft. Why do we have an Inquisitory king? Oh, okay, that's our Mages Guild. I thought perhaps we had built an Inquisition, but it seems more we have... We're still... Well... Man... Somewhere out there are people who can fly. It's true. I've seen it. We have a very cool... Anyway, let's take our Slyo snack here. Midge. My daughter's learning all this magic, but only people we're recruiting are the wizard military industrial complex. Like Wizard Lockheed and Martin are the only people hiring right now. Midge. Frizz! That's cute. Lockheed Merlin. It's gotta be harder when we don't have, like, vocation stuff as well, but yeah, we do have a... First steps. Frizz, frizzle, ka-frizzle. Heal, mid-heal, full heal. Hocus pocus, hocus pocus, hocus pocus. Well. It's a mimic. Hexagons are pretty powerful compared to the other. It's got green tongue. Alright. Yeah? If you want to get in, you either need permission or you gotta go around me. Alright, fair enough, fair dues. I will find a way around you. Bunny tail. That's the wizard's trick, the animated book in the bookshelf. Alright. Let's head up to the castle, shall we? We got a way up here. Yes, we are the envoy. If anybody asks, absolutely. Sly, what the hell are you doing? Seems he'll believe anything any Tom, Dick, or Slyo tells him. That's the saying. Yeah, you got it in one, Maribel. I cannot deny that the lie thou hast uttered has brought shame upon us, but, you know, it'll be fine. Thy deceit is for a noble cause. I'm the wand maker. Okay. All wizards need staves. All wizards need orbs. All wizards need information about orbs. All Slyos need snacks. All Slyos. Busy castle. Lizard gizzards, witch's warts, and the tears of a black cat. It's only picked fish eyes. Nobody's invented spell of cooking. Castle has like a sort of familiar layout. I do not. The nice blue brickwork is the water tower. Then the yellow one is the earth tower. Uh-huh. This one, you got the red one with the fire tower, and then the wind tower. That one's got white walls. Yes. Thanks. I'm sorry? Statue to the wizard? Maybe out of spells, but I'm not out of options. I wish I could still say this. God, everybody is like, the king has lost the people, the army, the church, everyone. Glad we have the magic key. Glad we have the magic key for the magic snack. It's the snack that Slyo's back. It's true. That's what they say. The Grand Cogitatorium hubbles... Oh. So the Grand Cogitatorium is another wizard hut. And we're gonna get permission to go there because the king has cut off all ties. Interesting. Grand thingamawhat's-it. Hey, food. This king seems to be sorely lacking in filial piety to make his mother worry so. Sir Mervyn, who would fit in many a kung fu film. Former king. Everyone has a family. Slyo has a great mom, and a dad who does fishing out there. We go back to her house pretty often. Pearl, I believe. And then we have Maribel's parents. Kiefer is the one without a mother. Kiefer's just got his dad, the king. The floating. That's hilarious. What sorcery is this? It's fun. We've heard Mervyn talk about, like, Annabella, and, like, we've heard about, like, its past. We don't know about, like, a family or anything like that. Mom's great. She, we'll go talk to Pearl. That'll be a good thing to do. Descended from the skies. Maybe we'll find out about more Mervyn. Anyway, welcome to Earth Hut. This is just the indoor pool. That's all that's up at the top of Earth Hut. Don't worry about it. But yeah, one of the notable things about the families that we have in this game is the way that the three families, Kiefer's, Maribel's, and Slyo's, all react to the three of them going knowingly on these adventures. Kiefer's dad is dead set against it and only barely had given his assent to it by the time Kiefer had left the party. It was the message he was going to give him, finally. Maribel strong-armed her parents into saying, no, I'm going, and I want your support in this. Like, whereas, our parents were like, adventure? Yeah, that sounds great. It's been neat. We haven't been back and talked to the families as of recent, but that's something we can do after this island. Alright, now we have the water tower. Alright. Ba-ba-ba-bum! Hey, we got your water for you. My guts forgot. Okay, we'll head back over to the wand making tower, and you know, maybe we'll get some goodies. Wizards, of course, have always set up. Oh, what do we have here? Thanks, Uncle Ben. Yeah, that equation does match up. I agree. Sorcerer grade silk. The highest quality magical threads. Oh, okay. Wand maker and silk maker power couple. Moral algebra. Alright. A little bit of cash money, and this magic key's doing work. Cloak of Evasion, I think, is outdated, sadly. Yeah. Alright, let's head over to the wand zone again. Just have a quick chat. Alright. No worries. No rush. Alright, let's see if we can talk to the king and get a feel for how they're doing. Damn, the tall guards. Get out! Don't know if we were kicked out. Well, it's fine. Yeah, I guess we got caught. What do you mean the envoy's not a pirate? Anywho, this feels like as good a time as any to go ahead and save. We'll have our adventure to the Grand Consortium next time, figure out what's going on here and how it relates to Providence, perhaps. So, but yeah, had a good time with Providence, had a good time in the future, and we're enjoying our look between the Rutgers and Hubble. So yeah, thank you all for joining. If you want to catch more, follow, see when we go live, subscribe to the Cool Slimes and Skulls. But if you're just here having a good time, I'm also, glad to have you. Thank you to those who did sub today, appreciate it. Love to have you here. Upcoming stuff, tomorrow is more Like a Wednesday. On Thursday, our Like a Dragon streaming. We'll be doing more Edge of Eternity on Friday. I've got some ideas of what I want to be doing in the format now that we've gotten a little bit of a look at how things are. And then Monday will also be Magic Time. As of next week, Trails is going to be moving to Tuesday, so it'll be Trails Tuesday. So if you want to catch Trails in the Sky second chapter, show up on Tuesdays for that. It's more alliterative, which makes it more correct. You know how it is. Like, if we did a Tales Tuesday would also be fitting. I can do Tales Thursday. It's not as alliterative, but, anyway, that's for other times. Thank y'all for joining. Y'all have a good night, everybody.